Now at noon, community members sounding off in Dunellen after a controversial decision by the city.
I'm sick. It's not from the fire. It's chemical. It's different.
Why the city says it will not be joining an injunction against the railroad company whose ties started a major fire last month. Plus.
And this thing that nobody likes to wear is sitting dead center. Absolutely saves his life.
A body camera possibly saving his life. We have an update on how a deputy is doing today after a shootout. We also have new details on the suspect. You are watching News 6 at noon.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live. You're watching News 6 at noon.
And we begin with developing news. A Volusia County deputy is recovering in the hospital. This is after being shot multiple times in a brazen attack. We are told that suspect is in custody. So this happened yesterday at a home on Candler Drive right here. We can show you the area. This is near Providence and Howland Boulevard in Deltona. News 6's Mark Lehman is there and has those details, including how authorities say the body camera may have intercepted one of those bullets.
The sheriff tells us the deputy was wearing his body camera on his chest when it deflected a bullet towards his shoulder. It was a startling turn of events after an encounter turned violent at a home here behind me. Investigators blocking off the road here as they're gathering evidence in this case. And this thing that nobody likes to wear is sitting dead center. Absolutely saves his life. A body-worn camera bearing the scars of a shootout at a home in Deltona. Volusia County Deputy Jose Rivera and a trainee were investigating an earlier assault and battery when they say Luis Polanco initially slammed the door in their face. At that point, our suspect opens up the box, takes out a tan Glock, approaches the front door, and engages Deputy Rivera in a gunfight. Sheriff Mike Chitwood says Rivera was shot twice, one of the bullets ricocheting off his chest-worn body cam. If you look at it, the top part, it looks like it deflects it and sends, that's the round that goes through his shoulder, and he takes another round that goes through his thigh. Polanco was taken into custody and booked into jail overnight. Deputy Rivera, meanwhile, was airlifted to the hospital where he's expected to make a full recovery. You got to believe in God. If you're in a gun battle in that distance, there is no room except for divine intervention. As the deputy is recovering from his injuries, Polanco was facing attempted murder charges. We've also learned he has a history with law enforcement in Seminole County. The sheriff says in July he had an altercation with his mother's friend. He also was arrested in 2024 while working as a Lyft driver. He was arrested on battery charges. Right now he's being held without bond at the Volusia County Jail and is expected to face a judge Tuesday afternoon. For now, reporting in Deltona, Mark Lehman, News 6.
All right, Mark, thank you. Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood is expected to speak about that shooting later today. We'll have his comments on air starting at 3 o'clock and online at clickorlando.com. All right, warm weather and a little bit of rain. Let's talk about it with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. And we had the blood moon this morning, so let's talk about all of it.
Yeah, we had that blood moon, which if you have a photo, you want to send it our way, clickorlando.com/pins. We would love to see it and showcase it. But right now, though, we are showcasing some rain in the forecast, some beneficial rain, packing a little bit of some moderate showers right now out through the attractions there. Oak Ridge, entering into more the Epcot region there, Flamingo University Park there in Orange County. You can see we are tracking a bit of a heavier little batch right now, approaching areas of Dr. Phillips in the next 25 to 30 minutes. And then Osceola County also watching a line that's just starting to develop there. Some pockets of heavy rain right now, mostly across our rural zones, but we are going to continue to track some more scattered showers in the forecast for this afternoon and a little bit of a rinse and repeat forecast this week. More on that coming up in minutes.
We need that rain. Thank you, Chief. 12:04 here. A masked man shot by Orange County deputies near a Walmart. He is out of the hospital and in front of a judge. Within the past 90 minutes, prosecutors argued that Jason Beal is a threat to the community. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez. She was in the courtroom as Beal's attorneys tried to get him released on bail.
I understand there's discussions of him claiming martial law, but again, there was never any direct threats.
48-year-old Jason Beal's public defender arguing he isn't a danger to anyone because he wasn't actively threatening people inside the Walmart on East Colonial when deputies say he stole from the store. Investigators say a masked Beal left the Walmart with a cart full of stolen merchandise last month. They say Beal had a knife and mentioned having a gun and declared martial law. Deputies used a taser on him after they say he didn't respond to repeated commands to stop. 2 knives were recovered. Beal is charged with robbery with a deadly weapon and resisting an officer with violence. The state requested no bond, citing his criminal history, which includes burglary, arson, and sexual battery.
That no conditions of release or bail will reasonably protect the community from the risk of physical harm or ensure the presence of the defendant at trial.
Beal's attorney is saying it was the loss prevention officer alleging Beal had a gun that escalated things.
And that misbelief ultimately led the police to handle this case differently, which led to my client being shot in this situation, Your Honor.
The judge ultimately denying bail.
He was armed with multiple weapons and displaying that behavior that was significant enough to concern law enforcement that he was not simply just robbing the store, but that he may in fact be a mass shooter. Obviously, he was not.
As for the shooting, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating it, and the Orange County Sheriff's Office will do its own investigation once that one is finished. Reporting in Orange County, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Stephanie, thank you for that update. Let's bring you a live look now at the stock market. You can see the Dow Jones is down just about 700 points this afternoon. CBS News reporting that steep drop is in response to investors with fears over the war in Iran. The interruption comes about concerns for supply of oil and natural gas. Of course, we'll be tracking this throughout the day. You can head over to clickorlando.com to learn the latest. Well, technology chipping away at your privacy as cameras get much smaller. One state leader is sounding the alarm. Today, lawmakers are taking up a bill to deal with digital voyeurism. That's when people are secretly recorded in private settings. This bill would revise the definition of reasonable expectation of privacy when it comes to where people can be recorded to include fenced-in backyards.
I think it would be awesome to have a law, especially women. I'm a woman, and yeah, I don't think anybody has a right to. Well, right now, everybody thinks they have a right to video anything. So I think that would be very helpful.
If this bill passes, the updated law will go into effect July 1st. Also happening in the state legislature, a bill helping homeowners is heading to the full House. You may have seen this on clickorlando.com. We're talking about House Bill 657. This would give Florida homeowners the power to dissolve their own HOAs. So residents can petition to terminate their HOA, requiring signatures from half the members and 2/3 approval at a board meeting. And if approved, HOA boards would have to liquidate assets, settle debts, and distribute any remaining property among members. Those who break the rules could face fines or removal, and if signed, this would also take effect July 1st. Well, frustration is boiling over in Dunellen. We're talking weeks after a huge pile of railroad ties caught fire. We showed you these two scenes last month, that massive fire burning and the large number of ties sitting on the tracks. A class action lawsuit is now filed as claiming people were exposed to harmful chemicals. But despite angry public comment last night, the city council voted to hold off on seeking a court order against the company who owns those ties, CSX. News 6's Alex Cook was in that meeting last night. He listened to concerns from the community.
The city of Dunellen decided not to join Marion County's injunction against CSX, the rail company that owns the property where those rail ties were stored. They said that they have no reason to think CSX won't clean up properly, and they're worried that legal action might cut the city out of the process altogether. Not everyone was happy about that decision. Some people here in council expressed their displeasure, and some even filed a class action lawsuit of their own.
The week of the fire, I ended up in the hospital for 5 days to the tune of $97,000.
I'm sick. It's not from the fire, it's chemical, it's different.
Some in Dunellen say the burning chemicals on the rail ties have made them sick. Vice Mayor Tim Inskeep says he's been working with CSX and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection as cleanup continues. He says they're doing the right thing.
Fire, yeah, that was pretty horrible. Post-fire, I can tell you CSX and DEP are going to see this through.
CSX is testing the soil, air, and water under state guidelines and supervision. Officials say so far the results show no danger to the public. But some residents say they don't trust the company to police itself.
The CSX hired Trackline knowing and accepting this is what they would attempt and do in our community. CSX they're no hero by any means here. CSX is above and beyond nothing. Thank you.
The City Council voted to table the injunction and speak about it at the next special meeting next week. Meanwhile, 2 people in Dunellen filed a class action lawsuit against the rail companies involved, seeking damages for people who say they were exposed during the fire. We'll stay on top of the lawsuits and the cleanup going forward. In Dunellen, Alex Cook, News.
All right, Alex, thank you. The weather is warming up, and we've got some home improvement tips for you.
If your mailbox looks anything like this,
I'm going to show you how to swap this out. And trust me, it really is easier than you think. All you need is one of these. I'm Eric Von Eyck, and we're getting results at home coming up.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
If your mailbox is in bad shape, like this one is, and your HOA is on your case, I'm going to show you how to replace this with only this. Hey, I'm News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken, the handy newsman. Over there is Jeff, the crafty cameraman. And this is Sue.
Hi.
We're getting results at your home today,
Yes.
Sue, in Summerfield. This is your mailbox.
Yes.
What the heck happened?
I'm not sure, but it's had better days.
Okay, and you had a bit of a challenge replacing this.
Yes, because we have to have certain mailboxes.
Okay, required by your HOA.
Yep.
Okay, well, Sue, we have something for you. We still don't need the Sawzall, Jeff. The mailbox. Sue, from the pros at Ace.
Thank you so much.
I think it's an exact replacement.
It looks like it is. I hope so.
Okay, now we're going to try and swap it out.
Okay.
Step one, take off the old mailbox. You could certainly use one of these, a plain old screwdriver. But if you got one of these, it definitely helps save time and a sore wrist. Love that part. Step two is check your post. If it's rotted, you're going to need a new one, and not a Sawzall, Jeff. A post hole digger to put it in. This one is solid. Step three is put the mailbox together. Instructions are great for this. Step 4, slide it over and screw it in. And that's it. I mean, that took us 20 minutes. I'm gonna go get Sue. Sue, how'd we do?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Better than
Oh,
it was, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I think we got
Oh.
results at home for
Yes,
Sue.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure.
Always getting your results no matter where we are. Now let's talk about this forecast. Our chief getting some results. You brought rain into this forecast just when we needed it.
Bring it on. Now, it's not a drought bust in here, but listen, any little rain we can get into the rain buckets is good news on our part here. Looking here at the radar right now, the majority of our northern zones, basically north of Orlando, we are looking mostly dry, but from Orange, Osceola, Brevard County, right now you guys are kind of dodging some pockets of some moderate rain. Mostly it's light, but there are some little spots here of yellows and reds indicating some heavier moisture working its way in. We talked a lot about it this morning. Early morning coastal showers, we're going to push in, and now all that energy is going to continue to track in across areas of Orange, Seminole County as well. So right now, let's talk Winter Park, University Park, in and around the university there, down through Orlando, Oak Ridge, the Epcot area. They're in and around the attractions. You can see through Dr. Phillips, little pockets, moderate rain. Out through Flamingo, now things starting to dry out, but we are watching a line that is now stretching across parts of northern Osceola County, very rural areas here. But if this rain continues just to shift a little further to the north, it will be impacting there the 528 as well. So again, the windshield wipers will actually have to do some work this afternoon, as we are going to be running through some of those quick moving showers. Now, a couple downpours also getting picked up South Patrick Shores. All of this rain again will be quickly moving from east to west. So areas in and around Viera, just do be aware that some of that rain could be clipping you guys in the next 10 to 15. So this, again, is the main weather setup. We're going to stay warm, big dome of high pressure, what we call a hot high. That's going to continue to just stay situated over the southeast, but it's going to continue to rotate and drag in some of those fast-moving scattered showers. So this is what to expect, not only for today, but throughout the rest of the week. Temperatures still in the 80s, rain chances will be around. As you saw there on the radar, it's not widespread, but the rain chances are much higher than how they have been for the past couple of weeks. Looking here at the clouds rain futurecast, again, holding on to a couple more scattered showers, possibly till about 4 or 5 o'clock. Meteorologist Julie Broughton is in for Jonathan Kegas, and she will be pinpointing anything that does develop. You also have our News 6 weather app that will also alert you if rain is starting to approach wherever you're at. Maybe you're in Carline trying to figure out if they're going to hold the kids a little longer. At this point in time, I don't see any big time weather delays just because we don't have a lot of lightning embedded within some of this rain. But notice there is still that steady flow. I think we'll have a little less rain tomorrow, and then moisture will start creeping back up for Thursday and Friday. Beach forecast is looking good. Right now we are dealing with some sea fog, that strong onshore breeze kind of kicking up the surf a little bit there in Daytona Beach, but do expect that onshore breeze to keep the risk of rip current still pretty high. Temperatures out the door right now, it is quite dependent on where you are and who's seeing the rain. For instance, Orlando just saw some rain at 69 degrees. Right now it's 78 in DeLand, 76 currently there in Daytona. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
It's going to be a warmer than normal day. We're going to be back into those low 80s. But again, we are still talking about the big warm up that's in store, not only for this week, but even into next week. And don't forget to move that clock ahead 1 hour as you go to bed Saturday night.
Thank you for that reminder, Chief. All right, still to come, a traffic headache in Oviedo could soon be over. Coming up, we'll tell you what city leaders agreed to last night to fix a long-term issue. It's out by the Oviedo Mall. Also, coming up on News 6 at 6.
An Orlando man has been arrested accused of defrauding a woman out of thousands of dollars.
That is a gut-wrenching hurt, because I mean, not only does it hurt me, but it hurts my son.
He was supposed to be selling her a tiny home, but investigators say he took the money and never delivered. I'm investigator Lewis Bold, and the story tonight on News 6.
Welcome back. Now at noon, a unanimous approval to make stop signs at a busy intersection permanent. This is happening near the Oviedo Mall. So the council approved a $133,000 project that'll remove the old traffic lights and install the stop signs at Dovera Drive and Oviedo Mall Boulevard. So for years, drivers have dealt with headaches at that intersection that the old signals were corroded beyond repair.
Something is lighting up. People take notice of that more than just a stop sign.
Well, right now, the city has not laid out a specific timetable for how long this project could take, but we are expecting to hear more during future meetings. It is the end of an era. You may remember Orlando Fashion Square, the movie theater inside that nearly empty mall. That's finally closing. March 12th will be the last day for Premiere Cinema 14. In a social media post, the theater says the closure comes as the mall prepares to begin its next phase of future redevelopment. The theater is encouraging people to use any gift cards they may still have. Orlando Fashion Square opened in July of 1973, but it has seen several stores close since then. Surviving stores include a Macy's, a Dillard's, and there is also a Planet Fitness. All right, check out our primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news. That's on News 6 tonight at 9. Meteorologist Jonathan Keggis, he will answer your weather questions. That's 9:30. And then you can also catch the late news an hour earlier, again, all tonight on News 6 Plus. And we invite you to download our streaming app for free. All you've got to do is search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. So you're going to hear us say this a lot. Not soggy, not a washout, but it is rain nonetheless. Needed moisture, we should say.
Yeah, think of like a trailer of a movie, right? This is the trailer of what our summer is
The
looking like.
teaser.
Yeah, so the intensity and the heat won't be as much this week as it normally is during the summer. You'll quickly learn that.
Yes. Thank you.
You can see it does certainly look like it's going to be kind of a wet week. It's really not the case. It's just a lot more moisture around. Got that strong breeze.
Yep.
It's going to pick up those scattered showers and race them through Central Florida. In the meantime, though, it's going to be in those mid-80s. And while the good news is we are getting some much-needed rain, we do lose that extra hour of sleep
That's
Saturday
okay.
night.
I love how you buried it at the
I
very
tried.
end,
I
right as
tried.
we leave you. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Bye.